the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
As the days go by, as the hour and the minute tickles, Ghanaians draw closer to the ballot box to decide who gets the nod to lead this country into the next century of industrialization and after digitalization. Akwakoye political parties mienu ya Ghana for Nsem-Pii no yeso won hwe who is capable of leading this country. It is either the NPP or the NDC. Already, Yenim said the NPP is bringing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as its flag bearer, whilst the NDC, and so the former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Eba. Now, Nsem-Pii and a penifo no ya omo these political parties anymore. Eka ya omo chirese san samono na Ghana for hwe na yento omo so aba. Now, Enra the NDC the Jumadi kesiye ba kon kwahyehe so ewo Tamale abonten so the Tamale Jubilee Park. Now the official launch of the National Democratic Congress's campaign for the 2024 elections. Kansembe former president say when they vote for NDC, they are voting for an establishment that is going to channel its resources into probity, accountability, development. Just say, and someone who do be broso. Now, omu ye program ni enra wiye no. Ene day, and your ma koso Tamale no. The youth and the good people of Tamale, bisa Professor Joshua Alabi, ye ne woye Mahama campaign manager say. And some omu kwakikaye, ene sa video no a ene yaba abonti a ono na ekasam. Intin omu busa say. Which is which? Why na eka no kura che ne yonko? Na video ya meba bachire mu. It is a video of Professor Joshua Alabi campaigning in the north, Tamale to be precise. Ebra na wahwe say, ye beto abadia man o man ababe a presidential candidate or a flag bearer for the NDC. Oka kire konfo ne say, obi a moto abamano a obetumi edi oman so emfie nwotwe na obebu akontamam. Eno obi a moto abamana obebu oman emfie 9 pe ya wo mu akonta bia ma because wi a wawie no. Why na sese moto abama? Enya sem keto Professor Joshua Alabi de keka sanse. Enti video yi ena radio bi a Tamale e frɛ no Tamale Vine Radio ekɔ yi video no ba no mo se body akire ni pe Tamale se kofo ye baba gina Nsem-Pii so lanchi o mo campaign keka nsɛm yi kire wo mu campaign manager no ankasa mere bi nsɛm wo kan yi to mo kan kure just confusion a esi Tamale no enye confusion kitwa ti yenko a video of Professor Joshua Alabi convincing people of the north say John Dramani Mahama den say so mo to abama say o wonfie 9 pe ya onsan ma bi yenko video nyame to akọ so
and you see 4 years near 8 years near the man of wefa yes na me see wefa which one yes what kind of you yes which one am I me see yes Ampa. Yes. 1 year any 8 years you better know what yes. Me see yes. I say 8 years na mo the best candidate is Professor Joshua Alabi.
We nye audio no akaka se enye Professor Joshua Alabi na ekasa eye video nto obi ahunu se Professor Joshua Alabi na ekasa na video yi circulate no ena the youth of Tamale chirimu a Professor oba ya ha ebe ka kire ye se Mahama won amfie 9 pe enti no on to me air account to Ghana for dia waye bia sanse on san ma ye nemu mepetu mi bio ti di opa bi obetumi aye enti ye nto abamawo enti ye den na afa de nura wa wo sa gina Nsem-Pii so as campaign manager e ka kire ye se yensan to abama se nipa no a wo ba ye nche be ka kire se mfie 9 pe no wonti wontumi nya accountable to us ne yensan to abafama e de nyasem keto wo ko various social media platforms a Comments a good video yaseno the good people of Tamale and no send no ma kwan ma ndc fo betwa ntro sa ate kire ho na dwumadie no nyina kwawie na nwumre no and the fireman countryman songo enso se ne ndc fo monye mahama je na de be wo nyasam ketwa songo nso de bomb or left no dia pim or right yenko tie countryman songo after countryman songo ni abo an audio of Newman Bia and Nsem Bia and this for boss so the Tamale Jubilee Park na officially or more launch or more campaign for the 2024 general elections.
More fire. We just say one bed over pa. No time for any imbecility. Debate no. Say ye diano babaye. Ewo. Send you bit me, I shake Ghana, and I see a bear Ghana, ye a bear president, no debate, no, and no Baba, no Baba, no, or said Basu. The debate between Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama must happen, or said Basu. More fire, or said Basu. Yeah, debate here, or said Basu, a major election, bia. A very necessary. Ewo ekrobiaso say election beba na mpayfo wo mo mbeso me president also mutimi tijina no mu kire no mbetimi ayama ye ewo Ghana hasenti say debate no o say baso ano baba ye no ni kwan say ba kusuro anaso obi suro anaso obi dwane o say baso Bawumia versus Mahama debate a chile say we need bit my president we know se fataso also a president or se baso a great platform. Yes, it's a great platform. Say two political parties we Mahama ni Bawumia ni NDC ni MPP ni na motimi actually ni amubetumi aye ediama Ghana for because any biaba and then moving forward no any biaba nye first na jiwe na to abama me no no policies system ni ye adwuma any biaba it was mutumi kire say ye konko ye nim no any say na wi asisi ye no emu ye din no why ni betuma tie agina ma Ghana mu aye mmra ma ye eye Bawumia na say Mahama entimumi no ota mutijina na mudialo babaye ni ehuni why is serious or step for the president yes ye kwato abasa debate no se baso she mu bia first excuse bia ma or say happen life ma Bawumia first excuse ma Mahama first excuse ma Mahama any Bawumia supporters na mu di excuse ba na we can say na ayi u debate we ya say and I want debate we ya say masa sa no mani nyina yate e wo ho so debate we ya say when debate we ya say yate sa no mani nyina ya bo atu agu so mu mi si wo mu ye serious mani abre Nsem-Pii NDC Bawumia na say Mahama be president and nani bia ba ye pesi ho bia politics ye peso mu dia no baba ye ni ya dwene mu do ya ko school say ye ni abie ya dwene mu abie ye pesi ye te ase nipa wo kire le policies ade obetuma ya magana mu bi obia be kire ye mu bia nyane mu bia for excuses bia kasa bia mrabra ho mu bi nyane nipa se basa o just say the best time is now or some mutimi come policies kire how you handle Ghana the nation a point mo be first one handle Ghana o just say every nation bia European no major election bia no omo eye debate na no UK debate koso o mato abana wie ye huni odi ye o ti ase obi ansuro na no ayi America debate koso o ti ase eno kura kan ho na ma ye hu sei Biden kura wa ye mre o ti ase debate ni na me hu sei Trump kura no bo Biden from ampa so say Biden wo wai okọ ayi Kamara o ti ase ena aba to onu kwa no sa ni Trump be debate onu kwa se onu Trump be sa tie gina a Trump onyane Trump be gina ho and na debate no adia no baba any policies obeka kire die ni kwa se Bawumia na se Mahama obi dwane wa obi dwane bia no eni kwa se to abama o wa woman ne maso bia no eni kwa se to abama o wa wan sa debate we bia na woman ne maso bia no mentia se eni kwa se ne ye to abama o for protest amudi akire no mamu mpushi wo se mo monya wo boa mo monya ni mu the reason why dia mudi wo machi in the next 4 years, we need someone who understands the issues. And not just kasa obi ote say you see bo man and obi ampuntu oba obi an ton o man no mu ye kuko yanim uta say the debate between Bawumia and John Mahama no must happen or say paso life e wo Ghana ha na Ghana obi atene one say yes Mahama will be pamaye Bawumia will be pamaye we ni bibi pamaye we ni bibi pamaye ni ehun se ni ebesi ato yaba na wa obedwane pa de na na ze eni kwase ato aba ma mata wo se mu debate wo ba so president na ye se ba kire ni a obetima ya ni zu o zo dwane mumu yenu mu pesa mu ye president mumu yenu mu na mukuta dom no upe wo mu na NDC MPP ni kuta dom no te mumu yenu me kire mu policies ade a mo betima ya amaye Mumbedia no baba e mu bia nwane debate we se debate we amaso a mentiase e wrong e moa enen bia ba wiase to wo se Bawumia etigina Mahama tigina no mudia no baba e ne ehuni a okuta policies papa e bobo Ghana ne ato aba no more fire professional me fire in a professional way no time for any imbecility jana she be a professional chere wadwene ya kan tro se bra bi di obi atem professional fire chere wadwene ye nyina ye to aba ye nyina ye Ghana se ni aba no mu nyina be chere no mbitimi aye ni hu kwan e be fa so ato aba no ye onja.
If you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and the Nyale. And the Nyale. Kakum Malma. Kakanti Yelman and Teria. Then we can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just about 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. How can you compare this useless government that has led Ghana into such crisis to the government of Kwame Nkrumah? The statistics again tell us that things are not well with this country. All the statistics. For a government that said it was going to come with an economic wizard, an economic guru, and that is the reason why he was being brought, to stabilize the economy and stabilize the currency. To take the cedi from 4 cedis to 16 cedis and tell us that, clap for us, we've done well. If such a government is not living in an illusion, what else is an illusion? For a government that has taken inflation as far as 54%, and it is currently still above 20%, to tell us that we should clap for them because they've done well. If they are not living in an illusion, then I don't know what an illusion is. But that is the beauty of democracy. It gives us the opportunity every 4 years to make a change. And the time has come for us to make that change. The time has come for us to reset Ghana. And I believe that 4 years is enough to do the reset of Ghana. We will reset this country so that future generations can come and build on that foundation. Our intention is to ameliorate the damage that has been done. We all saw what happened in the banking sector clean-out. The indigenous capital of Ghanaians in our banking sector was wiped away with one very reckless decision. And so today, most of our people who are working in the banking sector for these banks are today unemployed, and I'm sure there are some of them here. Today, some of them are Uber drivers, some are bakers, some are even driving Aboboya and Mahama Kambo. The time has come for us to make a change. And I've said when we come, we will restore, for those who unjustifiably had their banking licenses withdrawn, we shall restore their licenses to them. So that we can create more employment for our people. The debt restructuring has given people haircuts, and that's what Nana was talking about. Today, the savings of our middle class has been eroded because of the debt restructuring. Our pensioners, and I'm sure there are some of the pensioners here, your provident fund that you used to buy bonds and other things, in order that when you go on pension, you'll be able to buy your medication and be able to look after yourself. Today, this government has endangered your future. Many might not live long because they cannot afford to buy medicines. And this government does not deserve 1 day longer. But our constitution says they still have 5 months to go. But come December, we must take the decision that will change the trajectory of our country. The world is waiting for a signal. Ghana is waiting for a signal. Investors are all holding on because they want to see what will happen in Ghana. We must take a decision on 7th December that shows the world that we're serious people and that we know that our country needs a turnaround. And so 7th December, let us all make sure we come out in our numbers and we vote so that we move this government out. Let us not lose hope. Let us have hope, because I can assure you that the next NDC government is a government that will restore hope and create opportunities for our young people. NDC has the men and the women. And it's not like what the MPP said, we have the men. And we didn't know they were area boys. NDC has capable men and women who are capable of turning our fortunes around. And our first priority is going to be job creation, so that we can create jobs for the teeming youth of this country. And that is why I'm proposing the 24-hour economic policy. The policy is going to be linked with aggressive food production and modernization of our agriculture. And that's what I'm saying. In every district, we're going to create farmer service centers. We will bring the tractors, the planters, the plows, the seeds, the fertilizer. And if you're a farmer, you must register with the center. And at the beginning of the farming season, we'll give you all the inputs that you need so that you can produce your crops. And when you have sold your crops, you come back and pay for the inputs that you have been given. The 24-hour economy is going to be linked to an accelerated export development program. We're going to create agro-processing zones, and we're going to create a new class of agribusiness people. And so all you young people will be encouraged to go into agro-processing. You can buy the food of the farmers, you can process it, package it nicely, either for domestic consumption or for export.